For all of us to see that the Philippines is really getting itself ready to show a credible defense capability. And this video that we will show is not by me. I will just share my screen as I watch this video of I think he's a responsible guy, and he seems to be objective. Pardon me if I didn't get your name. This is a responsible vlogger to my mind, and he reports it well with uh, visual scenes and all. And it looks like he's sober. Um, he says it plainly, and he shows it. So one thing that this video shows, and before I even go further, I want to disclaim any desire to grab credit from that video. So, right here and now, I say that the credit belongs to him, to the one who's showing that video. It's not by me, it's by him. All right, so I lay no credit for myself, but I just want to comment on the news that he's saying. And okay, so I go to the direct point. As far as China is concerned, and what Bongbong Marcos is doing, uh, I support Marcos here instead of the Duterte stance of playing coy and uh, playing uh, too friendly with China. Because as you can see, China ended up with uh, gaining advantage over the Philippines to some extent, which is not desirable, right? This is not to demean uh, the motive of ex-President Duterte, because one thing we know is that he loves his country, and that was the wisest thing on his mind that he thought at that moment, uh, in which the Philippines should position itself in relation to China, right? And true enough, China did not wage war against the Philippines because Duterte and Xi Jinping were friends. And to that extent, Duterte was right. However, despite that friendship, we cannot deny the fact that, as events showed, China really crept into more territories of the Philippines within the Philippines exclusive economic zone. Right, and this is not acceptable to the Filipino people. Uh, it's not in line with what the Constitution says, to preserve, protect our territory and our sovereignty, plain and simple. So now, don't let me stay too long what I'm saying. I'll show you what uh, the military is doing in establishing new facilities in the West Philippine Sea. Hold on.
Ating bibigyan ng opinion at reaction ngayon mga kababayan ay mula po kay kapatid na Solidong Kaalaman YouTube channel. Kung kayo po ay mahilig sa mga advanced na balita, na hindi nyo pa napapanood sa mga mainstream media, mag-subscribe na po kayo dito agad mga kapatid, no, sa YouTube channel ng kapatid na Solidong Kaalaman YouTube channel. At ito na nga mga kababayan, no, China nababahala ngayon sa ginagawa ng pamahalaan ng Pilipinas, no, na kung saan patuloy ngayon mga kapatid ang construction ng ating military base dyan sa may bandang Batanes Island. Ito po ay hindi nagustuhan ng mga taga-China mga kaibigan, no? Dahil hindi sila sanay na makakita na may ganitong mga activities na ginagawa ang ating bansa, no? Kasi nga nasanay sila noong panahon ni former President PRRD na pakuya-kuyakoy lang ang ating sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas dahil nga sila ay mag-best friend. Ito din po yung dahilan mga kapatid na kung saan masyado nilang naabuso yung West Philippine Sea. But ngayon mga kapatid, no, hindi sila sanay na makakita na may ganitong mga activities ang ating gobyerno na ginagawa dyan sa may Batanes Island. Nagsisilbing banta ito para sa kanila. And ito na guys, panoorin muna natin to at bibigyan na lang natin ng reaction habang pinapanood natin itong video na ito.
Pilipinas, patuloy ang pagpapalakas sa pinakahilagang bahagi ng Batanes Island, kung saan sa kasalukuyan ay mayroon ng mga bagong military at fisherman's shelter at mayroon na ring water desalination plant upang magkaroon ng sapat na tubig na maiinom ang ating mga mangingisda at kasundaluhan sa bahaging ito ng isla ng Batanes. Mayroon na rin ditong helipad kung saan ay kadalasan ginagamit ng ating gobyerno upang magpadala ng ilang kagamitan para sa mga kinakailangan ng ating hukbo.
Mas accessible na yan mga kababayan, no? Dahil mas madali kasi mag-transport ng mga mga kagamitan, mga pangangailangan ng ating mga kasundaluhan pag idadaan natin sa himpapawid, no? Compare naman sa iba biyahe pa ng ng barko papunta dyan sa may Batanes, no? So napaka-accessible na po talaga ng ginagawa ng ating mga ngayon, ng ating mga military dyan sa may bandang Batanes.
Makikita rin sa mga isla ng Batanes ang 4 na lighthouse na bukod sa nagsisilbing gabay na dumaraan sa bahagi ng isla, ay nagsisilbi rin itong matibay na indikasyon ng soberanya ng bansang nagmamay-ari dito, kabilang na ang flagpole na matatagpuan rin sa isa sa pinakamataas na bahagi ng isla. Bukod pa riyan ay nakatakda na ring isapinal ng US at Pilipinas ang pagtatayo ng isang port sa nasabing isla. Ang pagtatayo ng isang port o daungan sa nasabing isla na pupunduhan naman ng Amerika upang mas maging madali ang pag-access sa mas mabilis na pagpapadala ng mga kagamitan para sa mas mabilis na pagde-develop ng lugar laban sa agresyon ng China. Ang pagsisimula ng nasabing proyekto ay nakatakda ng pag-usapan ngayong Abril, kasabay ng pagbisita ng US sa Pilipinas, kasabay ng gaganaping 2024 balikatan exercises sa nasabing isla. Bukod pa rito ay mahigit 100 residente pa ng Batanes ang formal nang idineklara bilang reservist forces ng Philippine Navy upang palakasin pa ng bansa ang presensya ng militar nito sa pinakahilagang lalawigan at teritoryong pinakamalapit sa Taiwan. At dahil nga sa progresong ito na ginagawa ng pamahalaan sa nasabing isla, ay labis na nababahala ang China at mariin itong kinundi na ang Pilipinas at pinaratangan ito na ang bansa umano ay lumilikha ng isang mapanganib na hakbang laban sa China.
So dito
No. That is the right move. The Philippines cannot just fold up her arms akimbo and say, we trust the word of China. If we don't do that, if we don't establish facilities and military bases in those parts of the South China Sea, China will respect our rights. No, you cannot trust the words of China. Remember, they said in the beginning, some years back, or what, about 5 years back or 4 years back, they said they were not uh, interested in any kind of grabbing any territory. Lo and behold, you just blink your eye, and their military facilities have already been growing up. being installed in certain islands in the West Philippine Sea. You see that? They say one thing, they shake your hands, and they look peaceful and kind of innocent. But uh, on the other hand, you just blink your eye and something else adverse to the interests of the Philippines is happening. China is creeping, crawling into Philippine territory in the Philippines exclusive economic zone. Now, what do? You cannot adopt the Duterte strategy there. That would be ridiculous. The real strategy is what Bongbong Marcos has adopted. And look at the response of the United States. It has responded positively with assistance, even funding, as well as the shipment of military hardware, systems, ammunition, machines, and whatever. Yes, and look at that facility that uh, is shown in the video. They have a desalination plant which transforms seawater into drinkable, potable water. Bright idea? It's a bright idea. They should have done that a long time ago. But it's easy to say that now that we are in this position and in this era. Of course, a decade ago, that could have been done, except that it's it's a possibility, right? It's not so easily done, right? I mean, this does not take place at a snap of a finger or at the mere desire. No, you have to do some diplomatic uh, dialogue. You have to go through protocols, meetings here and there, telephone calls, and planning and coordination, interaction, and all that stuff, right? But one thing is sure, the Bongbong strategy is the better strategy. It's the one that will serve Philippine interests better. As to whether it provokes China, well, look here, let's be honest. Even without Philippines provoking China, China has a hegemonic ambition to get Taiwan, right? To acquire the West Philippine Sea. In fact, at the last uh, report, China made a statement saying that her claims in the West Philippine Sea are indisputable. Before she had the nine dash line, now she expanded the nine dash line to 10 dash line. Where is China going to stop? You know, she says, this much I own. Next time she says, no, I think it's more than that. Pretty soon she'll be claiming the ASEAN, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, uh, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, yes, even Brunei. So where is she gonna stop? She was also eyeing India. She says that India, whether in part or in whole, is hers. So how can you trust uh, China's words? China is following the communist global ambition. What is that global ambition? It is to rule over the entire world, and they say it is their destiny. They say it is their destiny and they're gonna go for it. So, what should the West do? What should the United States do? What should the Philippines do? Well, first, the Philippines is doing exactly what it should do. Maybe I don't know whether it's adequate. It's up for the military to decide that. But the direction of the strategy is correct. Number one, decide to defend the country. Number two, upgrade military facilities, equipment, armory, systems, capability to defend and to offend if necessary. Yes, and there has been an upgrade of so many notches over the last uh, months, just months. As soon as Bongbong Marcos stepped into the picture as president, he already started the gears moving towards upgrading Philippine military capability for defense as well as for offense. Yes, at the same time, he was allowing the continuing dialogues with China on the one hand, and uh, strengthening relations with the U.S., Australia, Canada, Germany, Sweden, uh, the NATO countries, yes, including India, right? He has done a good job as far as that is concerned, and I salute him for that. So far, no other president has been able to do that. Amen. And we need that kind of strategy at this time and at this hour when the tensions in the South China Sea have risen to such a decibel that rings an alarm, and that we cannot ignore. Got it? Yes. Now, uh, I don't want to comment on whether uh, PBBM should step down or whether he should resign or uh, that's not my area of concern at this moment. All right. Uh, not a political. I'm not a politician. I'm a political observer. All right. And I may say something here and something there, but it is not to demonstrate I'm a politician. I've never been, right? I know some about political science, something about law, something about geopolitics, and something about economics and international trade, uh, those things. But I'm not. I'm not a politician. And all right. So what I'm saying is this: at this point in time, unless I see that Bongbong Marcos uh, is not disqualified or does not disqualify himself for whatever reason. I'll say that again. Unless Bongbong Marcos does not disqualify himself or gets disqualified for whatever reason as a result of a political exercise, all right, then I'll go for his strategy and foreign policy with regard to China. Right? And having said that, I'll say goodnight. Uh, I'll be back. Same time, same channel. I hope to see you again. Do subscribe if you wish to, and like and share so that we can promote and prosper what we are doing on this channel. Live with Manny Lumba TV. Good night. God bless you, you and your family. Bye bye. See you on the next episode.